So do you have enough time in your day? You do, right? Like you've got plenty of time every day to get all the things done on your list and like time to relax and put your feet up. Like that's what your life looks like, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. Mine either. So let's get real for a minute. A few years ago, I had a major meltdown all around time. Well, actually, let's even be more honest than that. I had multiple meltdowns. I had a regular meltdown like once a week around this whole idea of never enough time. Like I was always thinking if I just had 5 more hours, if we could just have a snow day where no one else could work and I could stay home and work on the snow day and get ahead. Like I was always scheming and trying to figure out how to win and beat my nemesis time. And so when I would think these thoughts all the time of there's never enough time, I'm already behind, the day hasn't even started, I'm already tired and I have so much to do, guess what happened? Those created terrible feelings for me. And mainly the number one feeling it created for me was overwhelm. So I would literally go into what I call these overwhelm spirals or tailspins or thought spirals. And as long as I was having an overwhelm meltdown, then I could stop everything in my life and just rest for a minute, right? Rest from that crazy long to-do list. But here's what I want you to know. I was fighting time and I didn't even need to. I was thinking time had power over me and that I was at the effect of it and that I needed more of it. And why in the world would I just need more time to be more overwhelmed and more miserable and have more meltdowns? More time was definitely not the answer in the sense of adding hours to the day. But learning to create more time in my 24 hours that could be used more effectively. Now, when I learned to do that, that is when everything changed. So when we think that way, when we think we're at the mercy of time, guess what that does to us? That puts us in victim mode, victim mentality. We're not in control of our own destiny. Time is the villain and we're the victim. And I don't know about you, but I don't ever like to be in the place of the victim. So what does that look like for you? How are you relating to time? What are your beliefs about time? And how are you using it? Are you using it? Are you saving it? Are you wasting it? Or better yet, are you creating time in your life? Now, most people waste a lot of time, and here's what they do to waste the most time. Worrying, complaining, gossiping, being overwhelmed, being confused, indecision, second guessing, regretting. You know all that stuff we do that we spend so much time stuck up there in our mind? Every bit of that is a waste of time. None of that is action. None of that is moving forward. None of that is creating more time, okay? It's just spending it and not spending it very wisely. So what can you do? And what do I even mean by creating more time? Well, there's certain decisions you can make that actually add time to your day. You can do things like add automation in your business. So you do something once, you create a system for it, and then it sort of does its thing on its own. You're not having to do it every single time yourself, right? So that creates a ton of time in your schedule. Anytime you can automate or systemize something, that's a great way to create time. Also, another great way to create time is make decisions effectively. Indecision and second guessing, always a bad use of your time. Make a decision and stick with it. Yeah, you can make another one later when you get other information, but we spend so much time worrying, wondering, trying to figure out if this decision's gonna work. It would have been way better just to decide, move forward, and see what happens. See, that creates a lot of time in your life. That stops all of the wasting and standing around and being stagnant. What else? Well, constraining in every way in your life is huge, because if you have too much stuff, if you have too many irons in the fire, if you have too many revenue streams, if you have too many employees, if you have too many of anything, that's going to take a lot of your time. So decide what is best for you, not just what's good for you. I love that mantra. Say no to the good so you can say yes to the best. So this kind of constraining is going to create a lot of time in your life. What else? Well, organizing or planning, those are kind of similar, always help, because you just get ready ahead of time and there's not a lot of fumbling around and figuring it out, right? You know exactly what you're going to do every day, every week, or in every situation, and you move forward effectively. And then finally, and this is maybe the biggest, most important one, is the follow through, especially for us creatives, because so many times we start strong, but we don't finish strong, right? So actually doing what you say you're going to do, keeping your word to yourself, that follow through is one of the key ways to actually create time in your life. So I hope that if you've been struggling with time, if you've been fighting it just like I did for years and maybe even had a meltdown of your own, that these ideas are really going to help you figure out how to create time in your life. And if you want help with it, guess what? I made a really cool resource for you. And you can get it in the comments below. We'll link to it. But I created this whole resource just on how to create more time in your life and how to use it effectively. So check it out, and thanks so much for watching today. I'll see you again soon.